Namaste Friends, welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I'm Shelly. Today's practice is yoga for focus. Do you find yourself often feeling unfocused and needing help finding whatever it is that you're missing in life for your mind, your body, and which will help you explore deeper avenues of yourself? Join this practice today, unroll your mat, unpeel the edges, and together let's do this. Joining me in your favorite crisscross applesauce, that Sukhasana, as you just allow yourself to let go of whatever was happening before this, whatever's happening after, and just be here, friends, for you to help you find your focus. I have found that often we lose all focus necessary because we are so trapped in all of our thinking minds. So today, let's shift that. So as you root down, move that meaty part of the booty away, and just allowing yourself just to settle. Maybe you need to get a little bit, some wiggles out, just slowly shifting the weight from the right to the left. And as we bring our awareness from all of these thinking thoughts, and maybe if you wear glasses like me, you can take those off. Or if you don't, then that's great too. If you can find a space where you can soften the gaze, or maybe that's something that doesn't work as well for you, just gently looking down past the top of the nose, or finding a drishti, which is just a still point, just to help us focus. As we find a little length in the spine, maybe rolling forward, hunching forward like the hunchback of Notre Dame, and as we feel how it feels to be slumped over. Maybe it's feeling overwhelming, it's feeling suffocating, we're feeling lost in all of our thoughts. On the inhale, raising up, rolling the shoulders back, bringing the shoulder blades together as you open up the heart, setting yourself up for success by, if you need to shift your hair out of your face, shift your pants or your shirt, just allow yourself to just settle. And as you settle, I invite you to either let your hands rest on the top of your knees. You can choose a mudra if you know what that is, and if you don't sweat it, sweetheart. You just let your hands be. It's not about perfection and how our hands are when we're learning how to better find our focus here. Or maybe you're feeling like you're feeling a little bit more open, so you can let your hands rest wide open, and you can grab onto that mudra if that works for you. But again, this is not about having to do something, it's just settling here. As we find our inner calm here, our inner focus, and maybe it's feeling really chaotic and really wacky, I invite you to bring the awareness to the inflow of your breath. So allowing yourself to slow it down, my friends, closing those eyes, resisting the urge to wanting to do something else, and breathing a big breath in that flows down the back of the throat. Expands and puffs up the chest, blows up that belly, and then lets it all out. Almost like we're filling up a fluid glass of water. As the water enters our breath, fills up our chest, all the way down to the belly, and letting it go. As we bring our inner focus, gently taking your left finger, and as you take your left finger, just the tip finger, the pointer finger, which is also known as our ego finger. This is that finger that gets us in a lot of trouble, right? This is that pointer when we're angry. I know when I'm angry at my kids, I will point or do a click, and then I can feel, oh, this is about me, this is not about them. And as I'm pointing that finger back, I love you, Jimmy. My daughter's here. And as I'm pointing that finger back at me, I'm going to have us bring our awareness and our breath as if this is now a flame. So bringing our focus and turning on that imagination of yours, that maybe we lost when we were kiddos, right? My kids are so playful and have amazing imaginations, and allowing us to turn that on. So as we take a big breath into our hearts, imagine that you're just going to make that candle flicker, make it dance, and see if you can challenge yourself to make a sound as you breathe in, and bring all of your focus on that finger. And if you need to bring it a little bit closer, I want to make sure we can feel our breath on our skin. Bringing our focus here. And know, like our thinking thoughts, there's going to be all this stuff here. So you just tuning into taking 10 of these candle breaths, the Sitali breath. And these thinking thoughts might be here bubbling up, but we can choose. I like to imagine a bubble around me, and I'm here, and all the thoughts are here. And yeah, they might be coming in, bumping in, telling me what I need to be doing, that I haven't gotten to this and I haven't gotten to that, and I shall be doing this and that. Yet I'm here. Yet you are here. Together we are practicing, finding our focus. As you bring that focus just to that finger, taking 2 more of those breaths. And if you can, challenge yourself to close your eyes and imagine a beautiful flame that is red on the outside, and it's layered with orange and yellow. And in the very center, the core is blue and then white, which is the hottest flames of all. And imagine yourself blowing and flickering all of those colors until they're spiraling and dancing and swirling together. Wonderful work, friends. Exhaling, hands down. And coming into our side, so just taking a gentle twist here and moving to those sitty sit bones as we move here onto our sit bones. Exhaling, one hand down to the earth, exhaling the opposite hand down to the earth as we find our inner calm and our inner focus. Gently exhaling, sliding the right foot down, crossing the left across for a seated figure 4 here. As your hands are a big wide open starfish hand, inhale, opening up the heart, really squeezing the shoulder blades in. And this is the first option. You could stay here, or a second option is to just gently come up on that foot, grounding those 4 corners of the feet here, tuning into that inner focus. And I invite you throughout today's practice to find a drishti, which is a visual point, every time you move on your mat. So every time you move, find a new spot, whether it's a flake of paint on the wall, a grain of earth down below you, a little tuft in the carpet, or a grain on your hard floors, whatever it is. Or maybe you have a lovely plant you can look at. Taking 2 breaths as you inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together, activate through the core by gently tucking the navel back towards the spine. Exhaling down all the way to the belly, finding that focus. And maybe that flame, I know for me that flame was such a good visualization, and I'm just going to keep imagining flickering my flame. And let's take 1 more breath here. Good job, friends. And letting that go. Gently exhaling, sliding that leg long, unwrapping the left foot and just gently popping and rolling out of the ankles here, and bringing that foot down to the earth, sliding the opposite foot down and crisscrossing that right foot across, activating the foot through imagining there is a wall that's coming and pressing this foot away. And just being aware, if you're trying to push into your knee, keeping that ankle that is pressing firmly into just right above that space between the knee and leaving a big space at the top of the thigh. Or if you want to bring and hug your leg up a little bit higher, you can just play with this. This is not a one size fits all. Options here as we're starfishing into the earth, really tuning into that core and how your body is. We naturally have this tendency to heave and arch forward as we find our inner focus, hugging that navel up towards the spine, finding length from the sit bones through all the way through the tummy and the heart and the head. And gently, if you want, you can keep that foot flat, or if you want to test yourself, really grounding and rooting that foot into the earth here as we find length in the spine, softly tucking at the chin here, finding that length and strength as we imagine blowing out that flame here. So taking 4 of your flickering breaths and squeezing and activating those muscles, seeing if you can really feel this through the biceps up top as you squeeze, and open the heart in the front as you squeeze the shoulders together. And really feeling this in the pelvic floor by just doing a nice squeeze, a kegel way down low. Big breath in and letting that go. Wonderful work, my friends. One more big breath in and letting it go. And slowly as you exhale, sliding that foot long, gently unrolling, unkinking that ankle, and allowing those legs to come and cross underneath you as we sit tall and strong, acknowledging all the amazingness this core does as we activate our core. I almost like to imagine like pushing an activate button on the navel, and allowing that navel to activate and allow our spine to grow up through the sky and all the way down through the earth here. Gently exhaling, however this looks to you, coming in on all 4s. Set yourself up for success. If you need to squish your pants together, tuck your shirt in, if you need to tuck your bangs behind your ear, whatever it is that you need to do. Inhaling, wide open starfish hands, wide open hands, wide, wide, wide. I know I have super wide shoulder blades, so depending on your shoulder blades, test out and see if it feels better for you to allow the pinky, maybe the ring finger, to lay off of the edge of the mat, or to put them inside as hands track underneath of the shoulders, posting up high onto the feet, and tuning into our inner focus and our inner ability to find this focus by as we ground and press through the pointer, the thumbs, and all the way through the pinkies, gently rolling the eyes of the elbows out, tucking that core. Inhale, raising up, and gently just peeling up off of the mat, hovering here, holding this for 10. You can do it. 9, finding that inner focus. 8, focusing at the mat. 7, you've got this. 6, holding that inner strength. 5, you can do this strong. 4, we are strong, we are focused. 3, 2, 1, 0. Exhale, down. Exhaling, both big toes, kissing big toes, opening knees up long. Exhale, sinking the sit bones all the way back towards the heels, modifying this for whatever feels good for you. If you need to be up a little bit higher for a modified Bhaktasana, devotional pose. Exhale, arms go long and strong, head all the way down to the earth, forehead resting onto the mat here. Or if it feels better for you, my friends, you can exhale and allow the arms to tuck behind you for Balasana, the child's pose. Allowing yourself to settle here and breathing a breath in through the back of your heart. And allowing yourself permission today to setting an intention of this inner focus, of finding focus through the stress and the overwhelm of everyday life. Because we all have it, and we can all get through this. Because as Shakespeare said, this too shall pass, and it always does, right? Breathing in a big, big breath that radiates through the back of your heart center. And letting it sink down. Knowing that there is focus amidst all the crazies. One more big breath in. Exhaling it out. Coming back up on those wide open, high five starfish hands. This time pressing the hands into the earth about a good handprint ahead of the shoulders. So just kind of do a little measuring, my friends. So below the shoulders, and then one handprint into the earth, pressing and rooting through the pointer, the thumb, extending all the way to the pinky, posting back on the left and then posting back on the right. The option always is to stay here on the knees for a plank pose here. So whatever works best for you. If you choose the full plank, really opening up, rounding, finding this hollow space in the front body as you're creating a flat back here. This is one of those poses where often we'll get our butt up too high, or we'll be doing a reverse down dog and up dog. So we're really creating this flat space in our back here as we hold here in this strong plank. Good job, my beautiful friends. Exhale, diving those sit bones up high to the sky as we find our inner focus here. Exhaling, left leg, heel up high to the sky. Big breath. And then inhale, tucking, coming into that plank. Exhale, diving that heel up high to the sky, finding the inner focus through inner strength. Inhale, bringing the knee towards the opposite elbow, tucking in, holding. Doing this as slow as you can. Slow and steady as you journey with your leg, activating the foot pressed into the earth. Inhale, tucking to the opposite elbow. Exhale, heel shooting up high, high, high to the sky. Inhaling back to center and repeating this one more time at your own pace. As you work through the inner turmoil, slowing it down, taking it nice, slow, isolated movements, tucking, working through that inner monologue that might be telling you that I'm not strong enough. You're strong enough. You can do this. You're doing this. Exhale as you finish this round, bringing the knee back up towards the chin, centering. Exhale, allowing that heel to go up high to the sky. And coming down. Exhaling. And allow yourself to come to the knees for a moment here. Taking a little rest. Touching the big toes together, opening at the heels, diving back, coming in for a Vajrasana variation. Allow yourself just to sit and feel and be, and maybe rolling out at the wrists. Woo! Those wrists are on fire. Are you feeling on fire? You're doing so good. I know that our inner voice likes to tell us that we can't do the things, but we're doing the things, and we're strong, and we're focused, and we can gain mental clarity, and we can gain physical strength through the whole journey. As we exhale here, taking a breath, then you can also modify this with a pillow under your booty if you've seen some of my other classes or tuned into some of my other practices. This is not a one-size-fits-all, and if you need to just sit up like this, that is fine. We're just giving our wrists a little break here. Ready for this? We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So tucking that navel in towards the spine, setting yourself up for success, situating your hands, whatever it is that you need to do. Exhaling, wide open starfish hands. Tuning those feet all the way back, coming for that plank pose. Squeezing in for that plank pose as you dive the sit bones up high to the sky. So really tuning into the arms, that we're being proper and giving love to our hands that are rooting us into the earth. Opposite foot heel shoots up high to the sky. Inhale, coming to center here. Finding that inner strength, breathing with that breath. Exhale, diving that foot up high. Inhale, knee goes to opposite elbow. Finding that inner strength of the core, taking this slow and steady. You've got this, friends. Inhale, bringing that knee towards the opposite elbow. Same elbow. Exhaling up high. And do this at your own pace. You don't need me. One more round at your own pace. Bringing that breath into the body, that pranayama. There's no right or wrong way to breathe. Only holding our breath is what we don't want. And when you're all done, meet me back at center. Back to that down dog, coming in on the knees, opening up for Balasana or Bhaktasana. So coming back into that child's pose. You can allow those arms to lay long in front of you, bringing those sit bones back, toes touching toes, knees open wide, heart melting down to the earth. Taking a moment here, and maybe you need to roll out at the wrists. You can take the forehead and gently roll the forehead or the third eye side to side onto the mat. Taking this just little moment of a little tiny cool down. You're doing beautiful, amazing, focused, my friends. You're focusing, working amidst all the thoughts and all the things, and taking time for you. One more big breath, opening up the back of the heart and letting it sink. Inhale, raising up, my friends, and taking a moment to find that inner focus, that breath, knowing that we are not all of our thoughts, and our thoughts are not all of us. As we really focus in on our body here, coming into the plank pose, so rooting our hands, pointer to thumb, opening up through the pinky, and gently exhaling the weight, coming in for a side plank, soft bend to the hand. First option is going to be to do a kickstand right here, my friends. On the side plank, opening up the heart, opening up the hips. Inhale, raising hands, shoulders stacked over shoulders, finding this beautiful inner strength. If you can, peeking and finding that focus straight forward, pausing for a big breath, soft bend to the elbow, finding that strength through that booty. And if you can, peek all the way up to your beautiful spirit fingers, like Molly Shannon. Sometimes when I get real nervous, I put my fingers in my armpits and I smell real fast. Maybe I'm too old, I don't know. It's Saturday Night Live skit. Exhale, second option here. Feet stacked on feet, working through that inner turmoil of the body. Big, beautiful breath, or if you can, test yourself in your balance, woo, or if you're feeling a little off balance, that's okay. Kickstand up here. In this awesome, strengthening, focusing plank, exhaling, allowing the hand to dive forward, other foot back. And we're just going to dive into the opposite side, my friends. So allowing yourself to tune into the opposite side body as you press into the earth, twisting out, taking that option. I'm going to turn the opposite way so you can see me instead of seeing my booty. So we're taking that opposite side, really grounding and rooting that hand into the earth as we pop our heart, our hips open, kickstand, bending that top leg, foot facing the mat, opening the heart, opening the hips, shoulders stacked over shoulders, soft bend to the elbow, finding the inner focus with breath here as we look straight forward. Big breath in and letting it work go. And I'm shaking, just to let you know. I have a lot of upper body strength, and these still, they get me. They get my goat. So know that wherever you are, it's okay. Option to stay here or option to test yourself. On the side, stack side, or if you can test yourself, open up big and wide like a starfish. Or for here, this is good. Big breath into the body, bend here, if that feels good for you. Woo! This is good. We are focused. Focused with me and you. Big breath in, letting that go. Exhale, coming back. Woo! Back onto those knees, my friends. Holy macaroni. Sink back towards those heels. Option to stand up here. Woo! Roll out those wrists, my friends. These are some strong and focused wrists, which are going to help us do everything that we do today. You're doing so amazing. As we roll these wrists here, you can gently just sit back. And for this variation for Vajrasana, which is just my big toes are just touching, my sit bones are sitting back and opening. That might not work for you. You could try just sitting straight up like this, or sitting right back on the sit bones right here, my friends. And just allowing yourself to take a moment to pause and allowing yourself to focus once again on that finger as we bring our awareness from everything that was happening to this little finger. And maybe you don't need the finger anymore, or maybe you do. And I want you to close your eyes or soften that gaze and imagine that flame, that beautiful flickering flame that builds out red and then orange and then yellow. And the very center is blue and then white, the hottest flames, the white and the blue. And bringing that breath into that heart and allowing that flame to flicker. Feeling that on your fingertip, or maybe you don't need those fingers. anymore, and you can just imagine slowing down and feeling that flame and seeing it dance and twirl together. Beautiful work, friends. We're doing so amazing. Big breath that comes all the way in, finding that inner focus and letting it go. Wonderful work, my friends. Exhaling if you're sitting on top of your feet. Exhaling them down to the earth here. And sending up here as we are on our all fours. Inhale, raising up high. And so we are coming in for a camel Utstrasana variation. Really tuning into that inner focus and that core strength. As you activate that core setting that core strength, envisioning that there's a wall that is coming in on our hips, and our job is to keep our hips tucked to that wall, pressing into the wall. We have a tendency to either lean back or sag, so really finding that inner strength by even bringing that chest, the ribs, the hips all the way forward, really hugging in at the core as you hug the thighs and the glutes together here. Inhale, raising the left arm, floating that back, sticking that in your back pocket, whether you have a back pocket or not. I don't, but we're going to imagine that we do. Exhaling, opposite arm, floating back. Here, option one as we open our heart center for this beautiful back bend. Really opening up the heart. So if you are new to the practice and you haven't done much along the back bend area, stay here. This is an incredible, amazing way to start. You can also post the feet up high. Just kind of tune into where you're at today and what feels good for you. So if you're new to back bends, my friends, staying here and finding a space, a drishti, a visual point to stare at. I have this lovely tree here, so I'm going to use this tree and I'm going to stare at nature. And allowing yourself to tune into 5 really deep breaths. Or if you're ready for something a little deeper, exhaling the arm. It's going to be left arm to left heel, right arm to right heel. Really opening and expanding as you're feeling those hips that are trying to push you forward or pull you back, opening up the heart here. You can keep a strong neck here. You just want to be aware if you're trying to just drop your neck all the way back. Keeping a humble tuck to the chin as we're opening up that body, creating this beautiful roundedness. And as we're going to tune into that flickering flame, big breath in, letting it go. Taking 3 breaths at your own pace. Wherever you are, in your camel, my beautiful friends. And as we get ready to come out of this, we're just gently bringing the hand to the booty, to that back pocket, to the booty, to that back pocket, and just maybe gently rolling out the hips side to side here. And if this is where you were up top, this is wonderful. You just stay here, my friends. You're doing amazing. And it's important to do a nice counter pose when we're doing these back bends, but think of a credit card. If you take a credit card and bend it too many times forward and back, what happens to the credit card? It gets weak, as does our spine. So maybe tune into your body and ask what it is you need. My body's telling me that it would like some cow and cats. So you can join me in some cow and cats, or intuitively you can do something that you feel guided to do. So for me, exhale, hands to the earth. And just tuning into that nice tabletop inhale, raising that spine up. And just pausing here. And just feeling that spine. Exhaling to neutral. And dropping the navel, traveling with the chin up to the chest. My spine says, me likey this. So whatever your spine says. So just taking the next few breaths to tune into you. Good job, friends. You're doing so good. Finishing up here for this last movement. We're almost here. We're almost there. We've almost done it. We're doing so good. And just pausing and maybe wagging out your tail if you feel. And from this crossing at the ankles and allowing those sit bones to just gently travel, hands walking, and meeting me in your crisscross applesauce, that Sukhasana. Maybe from here, your spine needs just a little extra movement. Just gently, gently inhaling from center. Hands Anjali Mudra, palms kissing palms, just slowly diving up around to the center. Exhaling and just gently twisting, just soft. This is very gentle. Twisting to the left side. So I'm not cranking all the way to the side. I'm just doing a gentle little cleansing twist. Big breath in. And giving so much gratitude to the focus, the clarity, and the strength in our bodies. Exhaling to center. Inhale, pausing. Letting it go. Twisting to the right side. This is super gentle. Gazing just at that first corner, not going super far and super deep. We're not pushing our body. We're just wringing out that beautiful spine. Big breath in. Tapping into that inner focus. Wonderful work. Coming back to center. And honoring and acknowledging you for all the amazing things that you have done. And knowing that you can come back to this practice and any practice whenever you would like, my beautiful friends. And knowing that inner focus, that's here. It's not all outside. It's not all the crazy stuff, all the notifications on our phone. It's in here. So tap into your inner focus. I'm so grateful for you. Thumbs up this video and share with all of your friends and your family. I'm so grateful for you. Namaste, friends.